Welcome back, boys and girls. And believe it or not, tomorrow is our first day of early rifle season, which is September 4th. And I know some of you are thinking like, September 4th, rifle season? What's going on? Well, that's one of the reasons why I love Virginia. And I'll be honest with you, I thought this year is going to be way too hot to hunt the first day of the season. But believe it or not, in the morning since yesterday, the temperature is hitting low 50s. And in the daytime, it's going up highest in mid 80s. So we're going to go in for the morning hunt, and hopefully we get our first venison. And this is early rifle season, antlerless only, so we have to make sure we don't shoot anything with a little spike or any bones on their head. And this year I'm going to be mentoring 2 new hunters, and tomorrow I'm going out with Daniel. I'm going to teach him everything that I know so he could be a really good hunter, and in the future I can lay back and let him do all the work. On the first day I'm going to go out with a big bang, which is 450 Bushmaster, because this sucker will push through anything. And tomorrow morning sunrise is at 6:41, so we can legally hunt from 6:11. But we're gonna go a little early because I want to make sure Daniel is up in his tree safe, and then I'll be going to my tree stand. Now, one thing bad is that according to lunar calendar, deer movement is not in our favor tomorrow morning. But we don't care. Daniel told me he couldn't sleep since last night, so I just hope he gets some sleep tonight, which I doubt. And hopefully, when there's a deer out there, he won't be sleeping on the tree stand. But I could guarantee you, tomorrow night, he's gonna pass out. Okay, night before the hunt, you wanna make sure you spray everything that you're gonna wear tomorrow with a tick repellent and the scent killer. Now, I usually spray the tick repellent in the morning, and in the evening, I spray with scent killer. Now, don't forget you gotta spray outside and inside of your boot, your cap, your glove, your socks, your cap, your jacket, your innerwear, and your long pants as well. This is very, very important. 90% of your successful hunt and comfortable hunt depends on that two spray right there. And again, never have your deer inside the car. You gotta have that trailer rack and keep it outside, and don't forget to charge your Tesla. And if you don't have a Tesla, you wanna make sure you fill up your gas tank at least 2 days prior to the hunt day, because when you stop by the gas station, it's gonna stink. Okay, first day of the hunt. Usually on my first day of the hunt, I get a little nervous, very cautious, but I'm a little bit more focused because I have a relatively new hunter to mentor. So I guess it really helps. Go up one more step. Go up one more step. There you go. That's easier. Okay, Daniel. God bless you. Okay, now I'm going back to my stand. It is now 4:52, and Daniel did very well for the first day. In fact, I got to my tree stand sooner than I thought I'd be. And I am ready to hunt way before the legal hour, so I'm very happy.
is now 7:11 and I have not seen any movements at all, not even a squirrel. It is 8 o'clock. Again, I have not seen a single movement, not even a squirrel. And now temperature is 58, which is still good. I usually don't like to hunt above 70 because that's when the meat gets spoiled really fast. And what's crazy is that house construction is not over yet. So I still have some construction noise here, but not bad as last year. But again, last year I went through my first 2 months of season without getting any deer, but I ended up filling my tag. When I'm in the woods, I like to look for dead trees and make sure they're not leaning toward my tree stand. Like that one right there is dead, and that right there is also dead, and that right there is also dead, and one behind it as well. And there's another big one over there. Now they're all leaning away from me, so when you set your tree stand, you want to check that as well. This tree fell during this summer, and it's not a big tree, and it didn't hit my tree stand, but it's right next to my tree. It is now 8:15, and I just heard a first gunshot from about maybe 500-600 yards away. So they're definitely moving late today. And with this much green in the woods, it's really hard to see their movements at all. It is 8:24, and I just saw 2 deer running through the woods about 80 yards away. They didn't stop, they just went right through it. I don't know what's up, but at least I got to see them. I don't know if you could see it, but I saw another deer leg, just a leg moving through the woods. I can't even see if it's a buck or not. Okay, it's 9:30 and the hunt is over, but I'm still whispering because I told Daniel to keep hunting on the tree stand. And I'm gonna go down and check the camera first and then go to Daniel. In the early season, it's very hard to make out a deer because the wood is very thick. You might see a little bit of their legs, maybe even a little bit of their body, but you have to make sure they have no bones on their head before you pull the trigger. That's the tricky part. So today I got to see 3 deer, which was very good. And the last one that was moving through the woods really got my heart pumping. But I couldn't see its vital or its head, so I just let it walk. Okay, Daniel, empty your chamber. Okay, we're gonna have breakfast.
Okay, let's take a look at the trail camera. Obviously, they're still in their summer feeding pattern, so there's not a lot of movement, but let's check it out. You could see that their movements are mostly in the morning. Now, September 2nd was when the temperature really dropped and it was really dry. And you could see a lot of movement on the 2nd and the 3rd. Now, sadly, on the September 4th, the temperature and the humidity start going up. So I had no movements on the 4th. Okay, this is where Daniel was sitting. This one here is half decent buck, and this is a small buck. So this is obviously a bachelor group. In the bottom it says September the 4th. This was the day of our hunt, and it was 8:33 a.m. So I thought for sure Daniel fell asleep and missed this nice group of meat deer. But if you look at the next picture, this is on September 5th. So what that tells me is that I put in a wrong date on my camera. So the September 4th was actually September the 3rd. Now this is the other camera. Now, at this point, some of you might think, well, we see a lot of deers in our neighborhood, but why not in the woods? Well, when we go into their territories, they're very cautious, and the fact that they're still in your neighbor, meaning that they're not going into the woods yet, so they're still in the summer feeding pattern, and the cones need to be cut for them to move into the woods. And that happens in October. Well, let me show the deers that we came across in our neighborhood. Hello. It's like a petting zoo. Good morning. That's a young doe. It's funny when they see a dog. They don't really run away. They're afraid of humans, but when we are with dogs, then they don't really care. Okay, first day of the hunt didn't pan out, but it was really fun to be back in the woods again and having a hunting buddy again. It was nice. In early rifle season, it's not easy to see a deer because they're still in a summer feeding pattern, which is in the cones. But when the cones gets cut and they move back into the woods, then it's a different story. And having such a thick wood, it's really hard to see very far. And just like today, you might see a very small part of their lower legs going through the woods, but you really can't make out if it's a buck or a doe. And looking at my track cam, we still don't have a lot of deer movements, but we had some in the last few days because of a cool temperature in the morning. But it's getting hot again, and today we had no movements. And I really don't want to hunt above 70 degree or near 70 because that's when the meat spoils really fast. So around 9:30, we called it today and we got out. And honestly, according to lunar calendar, deer movements wasn't really in our favor for the morning hunt today. We just have to plan for another day where the moon phase lines up with the morning hunt. And lastly, like always, thank God for what you have in your life with what you got, but mostly remember, it's hunting, not shopping. See ya.